This old wild world, this old wild world alone. Oh, I ain't got no hope, got no hope for tomorrow. I'm trying to make it, make heaven my home.
I am a poor pilgrim, a poor pilgrim of sorrow. I am left in this old wide world, this old wide world alone. Oh, I ain't got no hope, got no hope for tomorrow. I'm trying to make it, make heaven my home. Sometimes I'm toasted, I'm driven, Lord,
Trying to make it, make heaven. Oh, I heard of a city called heaven. I'm trying to make it, make heaven my home. Sometimes I'm toasted, I'm driven, Lord.
Sometimes I just don't know which way to turn. Oh, I've heard of a city called heaven. I'm trying to make it, make heaven my home.
Trying to make it, make heaven my home.
Thank you for that wonderful music. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Val Bryant, and I'm proud to serve as a board member here at UUCA. We are a community that upholds the sacredness of all people, all backgrounds, races, genders, sexual orientations, disabilities, and abilities, both seen and unseen. Whether this has been a lifelong habit for you or your first time here, we're very glad you're with us. After the service, please join us for coffee in Fellowship Hall directly behind you, or if you'd like a quieter space, the welcome room, which is all the way down the hallway to your right. Thank you for being here.
Good morning. So rather than say good morning, I just would like to invite them back up to sing again. That was amazing. Thank you all. Thank you so much. I am the Reverend Carol Thomas Cissel. I serve this tribe of mighty social justice warriors as the Minister of Social Justice and Community Development. It is good to be with you and I am glad to see your faces this morning. The Unitarian Universalist Church of Arlington, Virginia has a long history of helping others and helping the world be a better place. You are welcome here, no matter where you came from, no matter who you love, no matter who you worship or don't worship. And we are so glad that you are here in the sanctuary or watching us online. Let's take a minute and say hello to each other. Say hello to someone you came with, or say hello to someone new. You all are lively this morning. I love it. I hope you continue those conversations after the service at fellowship hour, or we have a poetry reading after service today from one of our own. So I hope maybe you'll come and join us in the Reeb Center and learn a bit more about Lori's poetry and ask some questions about the process. Our call to worship this morning is called a prayer for the gathering, but I'm using this as our call. Bless this community, gathered in hope and love for our world, for one another, and for ourselves. We gather here longing to create a more connected and a more just world. Help us to speak our truth with respect. Help us to listen to each other with love. Help us to be patient, to be forgiving, to be kind. Help us to know that here, as in all human endeavors, mistakes are inevitable and perfection is impossible. And oh yeah, remind us not to take ourselves too seriously. Let us begin in community and worship this morning.
This morning, we light our candle of compassion and solidarity with those in our country and around the world who are experiencing loss, uncertainty, and fear. I've been thinking this week especially about that uncertainty part, because whether it's natural disasters, war, or climate change, we live in a world where we don't really know what the next day might bring. So we send healing and care to those who have experienced sorrow, any kind of sorrow this week. I light this candle for all of us who have been broken and wounded and yet still hope for the future that we can build together. May we hold those who are suffering in our hearts as we work to create a more just and equitable future. Now I invite you to join me in the lighting of our chalice. The words are printed in your order of service. We gather together as a community of memory and hope to celebrate life and its infinite possibilities for love. We light this chalice as a symbol of the light within every human heart. May our individual sparks meet and merge, bringing both light and warmth to the world.
Please rise in body or spirit and join us in singing hymn number 346 from your gray hymnal. Come sing a song with me.
I'd like to invite our young folks or young folks at heart to come up and join us on our lovely carpet here. You can bring an adult with you if you want to, that's okay. Right down there on that carpet square. Thanks for joining us this morning. Our wisdom lesson this morning is a book called The Proudest Blue. I'm going to stand here so you can hear it and see the pictures in this book. Mama holds out the pink. Mama loves pink. But Asiya shakes her head. I know why. Behind the counter is the brightest blue, the color of the ocean if you squint your eyes and pretend there's no line between the water and the sky. It's the first day hijab. Asiya knows it. I know it. We're sisters. The next day, I wait. A new backpack, new light-up shoes. I feel special. I feel like twirling. Asiya comes out of the house and I stop. It's the most beautiful first day of school ever. I am walking with a princess, so I pretend I'm one too. But even princesses have to stop to cross the street. Asiya takes my hand in hers and says, "Come on, Fazia, we need to speed walk it." 14 steps, 14 light ups to get across the street. Asiya takes me to my line first, hugs me goodbye. I turn to watch her leave, give her a little curtsy to the princess going to the 6th grade area. She's easy to see. Her hijab smiles at me the whole way. My first day hijab is going to be blue too. "What's that on your sister's head?" the girl in front of me whispers. "A scarf," I whisper back. I don't know why a whisper came out. I try again, louder this time. "A scarf, hijab." "Oh," she whispers. But Asiya's hijab isn't a whisper. Asiya's hijab is like the sky on a sunny day. The sky isn't a whisper. It's always there, special and regular. The first day of wearing hijab is important, Mama had said. It means being strong. I turn, but I can't see the blue anymore. I run to the big kid's side. 27 steps to see Asiya. I need to give her another hug. I need to see her smile. "Fazia?" Asiya's eyes wonder why I'm here. "Are you excited?" I ask, "about the first day of hijab?" She nods, smiling a big smile, and I feel better. Someone laughs from nearby, a boy pointing at Asiya. Why? Asiya's hijab isn't a laugh. Asiya's hijab is like the ocean waving to the sky. It's always there, strong and friendly. Some people won't understand your hijab, Mama had said, but if you understand who you are, one day they will too. In class, I draw a picture. 2 princesses in hijab having a picnic on an island where the ocean meets the sky. The girl who whispered in line said she likes it. She says it so loud that the teacher comes over to see. I wonder if Asiya drew a picture too. Recess time is for 5 cartwheels in a row. I land the last one near 6th graders, near Asiya and her friends, near a boy yelling, "I'm gonna pull that tablecloth off your head." Asiya's hijab isn't a tablecloth. Asiya's hijab is blue, only blue. Asiya turns away, her friends turn away. They race to the middle of the schoolyard, their shoes pounding the pavement, playing tag. Mama, don't carry around the hurtful words that others say. Drop them. They're not yours to keep. They belong only to those who said them. It takes me 48 steps to get away from the yelling boy. After school, I look around. I look for whispers and laughs and shouts. But I only see Asiya waiting for me, like it's a regular day. She's smiling, strong. We cross the road, hand in hand. I can't wait to get home, to show Mama the picture I drew, to show Asiya that I'm wearing the same hijab in it. Because Asiya's hijab is like the ocean and the sky, no lines between them, saying hello with a loud wave, saying I'll always be here, like sisters, like me and Asiya. And this is a picture of the author here. We celebrate lots of different things, and we celebrate lots of different cultures in this country. And this is just one example of how we can be proud of the things that make us different and the ways that we can respect those different cultures. So thanks for joining me today for the wisdom lesson.
Thank you all. As we move deeper into our service this morning, I have a prayer to offer you. This is called We the People, and it was written by Reverend Stephen Schtick. Spirit of life, God of love, my heart is moved by the passions of those who crafted dreams of democracy and the rule of law out of chaos. Somehow, while still clinging to slavery and the special rights of men and of property, they looked deeply into the well of wisdom and saw that humanity was one and proclaimed, we, the people. Somehow, Spirit, somehow. And yet today, fear, greed, and the assertion that might makes right continues to threaten to divide the people of this planet. Come, Spirit of life, as I pray for the courage to let my life bear witness to the power of we, the people of this nation and this earth. Come when I am afraid to speak or act for the benefit of all. Show me the beauty and the power of deep courage. Sweet Spirit, when I am tempted to abandon the common good for the glory and enrichment of myself, whisper, show me the virtue of selfless generosity and open hospitality. And when by sure power or will, I would claim the right to diminish the worth or the dignity of others, come, Spirit, hold my hand and grant me the wisdom of humility. A prayer by Stephen Schick.
Planted amor, venas
Each week through our offering, UUCA supports an organization whose values resonate with our own. This month, 70% of our offering will support Path Forward, which empowers people experiencing homelessness. Their support services help remove barriers to a person's self-sufficiency, leading to a brighter future that includes permanent housing, improved health, employment, and more. UUCA volunteers bag meals for Path Forward twice a month. You can read more about Path Forward in your order of service or in the Connections newsletter. There are many ways to give that are listed in your order of service. Ours is a congregation that gives generously, and I thank you for that generosity. Ushers, please come forward.
I am looking for shelter in a friend. We can build a beginning, but I do not know the end. I am scared of breaking when I bend. We will carry each other on the way. My courage is your courage. When the journey is only getting longer, my strength is your strength. We will carry each other on the way. There are prayers I don't know how to say, but I still find solace when I close my eyes to pray. What I've lost and what I hope can stay. We will carry each other on the way. My courage is your courage. When the journey is only getting longer, my strength is your strength. We will carry each other on the way. I am full and I am running out. I'm a flooding river and I'm living through the drought. I have firm conviction and my heart is full of doubt. We will carry each other on the way. My courage is your courage. When the journey is only getting longer, my strength is your strength. We will carry each other on the way.
There are people I have never met. There's a something special and I haven't found it yet. There's abundance given freely, taken with no debt. We will carry each other on the way. My courage is your courage. When the journey is only getting longer, my strength is your strength. We will carry each other
Years ago, I went to a Baptist church, and at the time of the offering, they literally stopped after they took it and counted it. And then the minister stood up and he said, close the doors. There is not enough here. We need to help somebody pay their rent this month, so we're going to pass the plate again. I share that story with you because that is not something we have ever had to do here, is pass the plate again. The generosity of this congregation is assured. Assured. You all understand that we give 70% of this offering away, and that each nickel, dime, and penny that you give matters. The community is grateful for that. And I'm honored to serve a congregation that feels that way about how much they are able to give. Let's bless this offering. We bless and receive these gifts, opening our hearts to true generosity. And together, let us be grateful when we give, be it time, talent, or treasure. Let us be grateful for our needs and the experience of vulnerability. Let us be grateful for those who share their gifts to nurture this congregation. Thank you all. We skipped a reading earlier, and I'm going to go ahead and share it with you now. I've read from this book to you all before. It's called The Awakened Mind, and these were written by David Kuntz. This one is called Patriotism. First, a quote from Malcolm X. You're not to be so blind with patriotism that you can't face reality. Wrong is wrong, no matter who does it or says it. Malcolm X. Malcolm X is one of those people about whom you can say almost anything and it could be true. What he says here in this quote, however, I certainly believe captures a very important truth. My country, right or wrong, is an expression that probably originated with a speech given by the enthusiastic naval commander in 1816. My country, right or wrong? In these days of heightened fear of terrorism, it probably is not politically correct to argue against that dictum. That's really too bad. I understand patriotism to be love for and devotion to one's country, but loving a country is like loving anyone or anything. It cannot exclude criticism. If it did, it would be dumb and blind patriotism. To accuse those who voice their criticism of their country of being unpatriotic is frankly absurd. It's only a short trip down that road to communism or oligarchy or theocracy. I was having a casual conversation with a passing acquaintance, a 30-something Canadian woman, while on a recent trip to Vancouver. As we waited for an elevator, I mentioned that I had just arrived from California. In response, she said that her brother had invited her to live with him and his family in Arizona. Remember, she was Canadian. And then she said, I just don't think I want to live in the U.S. It's so, I don't know. Well, everyone is so hyper and so pushy. I responded with something like, yeah, I know what you mean, especially from a Canadian's point of view. I think our country is going through a hard time right now. I hope. But before I could finish, she gasped, wait, you're an American? I'm so very sorry. I shouldn't have said that. In the circumstances, it was understandable that she assumed I was a fellow Canadian. Typically Canadian, she felt very bad about what she had considered an inappropriate comment about my home country. I assured her again that I really understood her comment. I was not offended because I could not disagree with pushy or hyper as parts of the American vernacular. In fact, she seemed quite accurate to me, even understated, compared to what many in the world are thinking about us almost all the time. America, I do love you, but ... The words of David Kuntz.
The next piece we'll offer you is a piece that is actually from one of our hymnals. It's not usually sung because it's in Spanish, so I just wanted to share the translation for you. It comes from a Salvadoran mass from the 1960s during a very tumultuous time in that country, and the words are, "Holy, holy, holy is the God of present, past, and future. Blessed are those who give witness to the news of liberation for all peoples of the earth."
Santo, 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 nuestro Dios, Señor de toda la tierra. Santo, santo, nuestro Dios. Santo, 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 nuestro Dios, Señor de toda la historia. Santo, santo, nuestro Dios. Que acompaña a nuestro pueblo, que vive en nuestras luchas, el universo entero, el único Señor. Benditos los que en su nombre el evangelio anuncian, la buena gran noticia de la liberación. Santo, 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 nuestro Dios, Señor de toda la tierra. Santo, santo, nuestro Dios. Santo, 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 nuestro Dios, Señor de toda la historia. Santo, santo, nuestro Dios.
Our second reading this morning is an excerpt from a piece called "Be the Change" by Reverend Stephen Schick. After 4 decades of study and writing, Will and Ariel Durant completed their 10-volume The Story of Civilization. Later, in a thin book entitled The Lessons of History, they offered this observation: history is so indifferently rich that a case for almost any conclusion can be made by selecting instances. I once found this notion unsettling. Certainly, I thought, history was on the side of the righteous ones like myself. I reached freely into history's deep pockets to prove my points. I did this with a conviction fearfully similar to those who argue that God is on their side. But now I agree that it's not possible to find objective truth in history. No one can say with complete confidence and honesty that history is on her side. At the same time, those who want to move the world in a direction of equality and lasting harmony must become and learn to think of themselves as forces of history. In a world of clashing and conflicting definitions, it matters tremendously when we declare ourselves willing to be judged as partisans for a particular cause. No one possesses the whole truth or can predict where his actions will lead, but to do nothing is to add one more problem to the troublesome equation. In this regard, being a force of history requires both humility and courage. Mohandas Gandhi was one of the 20th century's most powerful forces of history. He accepted his time and place, religiously practiced self-reflection in his Hindu tradition, and had the courage to confront the greatest empire on earth with the power of nonviolence. The movement he shaped brought independence to India. Gandhi extracted moral truth from the vast complexities of India's history and presented it as an imperative for nonviolent action. Be the change you seek, he taught, and a nation and the world listened. Be the Change by Reverend Stephen Schick.
So it doesn't say anything about a sermon in your order of service. And I was going to try real hard not to do one. It was like, well, if it's not written down, then I don't have to. Yeah. I'm sure you have noticed that there's a thread running through the service today. And the reason we have this thread today is quite often what a minister stands up and says comes out of their body. Not just what's happening in the world, but out of their body, how they're feeling about what's happening in the world. This was a really hard 4th of July for me. So I'm an Army brat. I got OD green in my veins. The men in my family have a combined years of service that is over 100 years, my 2 brothers and my father. But 8 days ago, in big cities and small towns and from sea to shining sea, when the United States celebrated the 4th of July, I felt outside of it. There were fireworks, there were flags and bunting, which is still hanging on the buildings in DC. There were sparklers, there was potato salad, there was the most delicious trio of grilled goodies, barbecued ribs, hot dogs, and burgers. I had none of those things. For many people across the country, it was the usual July 4th, red, white, and blue to the bone, a great American celebration. But for some of us, not so much this year, not so usual. No barbecue, and not one single sparkler. Some of us went out of town and left the flag waving behind us. It was such a challenging weekend that I could not be in the DMV, so close to the 4th of July. But that was the 4th of July. This morning I want to talk to you about the 5th of July, about what it means to wake up on the day after the fireworks are over, when the bunting and the flags are starting to come down, when the smoke from the fireworks clears, and when we have to stop and ask ourselves, so now what? Now what? Because the 250th birthday is a huge damn thing, and we're celebrating. But it's the day after this particular party that I felt uninvited to that tells us whether anything was actually worth celebrating. During my recent mini sabbatical, I spent hours doing something I love to do. I read poetry. I read a whole bunch of black chick lit, which is good stuff, y'all. Entertaining, worthy of 2 glasses of wine, sitting outside when it wasn't too humid, just being taken away to someplace else by an author. I also read a lot of sermons. I revisited Fred Craddock, a lot of fire and brimstone there, and a lot of humility. I reread some MLK pieces, and I read one sermon that is a oldie but a goodie. John Winthrop's piece that's often referred to as the City on the Hill sermon. First, a bit about Winthrop. He was born on January 22nd, 1588, in Edwardstone, Suffolk, England. He died April 5th, 1649, in Boston, Massachusetts. I say that 1588 and 1649 so you can place Winthrop. He was the first governor of the Massachusetts Bay Colony and one of the most important white men in that exclusive club, the Puritan Founders of New England. In 1630, long before the 4th of July was celebrated, Winthrop addressed a group of Puritan settlers on a ship and told them that they would be as a city upon a hill, with the eyes of all the people upon them. He borrowed the idea directly from the Gospel of Matthew and specifically referred to a sentence of biblical text from the Sermon on the Mount. That's another sermon I read while I was off. This sentence, "You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden." Now, Winthrop wasn't the first or the last to use this piece of imagery. He also never intended those words to be used, as they have been most recently, to claim greatness or to lift up American exceptionalism. Ronald Reagan did that. Obama touched on it, but not Winthrop. He said those words, and he hoped that the scripture he also shared with the Puritans would help them understand that they were living in a very specific and incredibly fragile moment of time. He was not a preacher by training. He was a lawyer and a landowner migrating from England to find his place in the New World. He delivered this sermon, "A Model of Christian Charity" was the official title, aboard the ship Arabella. History is not entirely sure if that happened before they departed from England or if it was during their crossing when the seas got rough in 1630. What history is sure of is that he was speaking to this ship full of people who had already given up their homes and everything they owned and hadn't arrived anywhere. He was speaking to people whose future depended entirely upon whether they could hold together and build a community. He was speaking to people who had no idea of what they would find once they landed. They'd heard a little bit, but none of it was positive or written in stone. He was speaking to this group of people who had never seen or smelled or experienced this place they were excited to be headed to. His voice mattered not because he held any religious authority, but because he held what we hold, civic authority. And he held that civic authority at the exact moment his listeners needed somebody to name what the new life they were headed towards would demand: trust, humility, and community. Those were the things that Winthrop wanted them to know that they owed to each other as they entered this new land. And those are the reasons why this sermon and Winthrop's words still matter today and why I went back to read them. Trust, humility, and community are threads that run through this very congregation. That sermon was a leader telling his people in an uncertain and very vulnerable hour that their survival depended on their faithfulness to one another, and that everybody watching all around the world, no matter how small it felt back then, was going to judge them by whether or not they lived up to their faithfulness to one another. Now, we love this city on the hill phrase. We use it like a boast. It wasn't a boast then, it was a warning. Winthrop was telling his people, you are about to be watched. you are about to be held accountable. And if you fail to live rightly with one another, beside one another, helping one another, you're going to bring shame not only on yourselves and your families, but on everything we have all said we believe in. The city on the hill was not meant to be a shiny trophy. It was a test. It was a test that could be failed. And he reminded them of that in this sermon. That's the piece I want you all to hold on to. That version of Winthrop. Because somewhere between Winthrop's sermon and our fireworks, we have lost track of this idea of trust, humility, and community, and needing to know we are being watched, and needing to live up to what we owe each other. We've lost that warning and somehow dived right into the boasting about the city on the hill is shiny and bright and only ours. Somewhere, some time ago, we started talking about America, and the we I mean is the big we, not just us, not just people that you don't agree with, not just with the people who are redder or who are more on the right. Somewhere, some time ago, we started believing that we were already on the hilltop and had no place else to work to get to. That the light was on and always would be on. We didn't need to do anything to keep it lit. It never needed to be tended. We didn't have to feed the light. We didn't have to protect it from going out if we didn't take care of it. Now, that's a comfortable story. But it's not a true story, is it? The city on the hill is real. The ideals behind it are real. The aspiration to live with trust and humility and in community is real. The light genuinely visible that needs to be tended is real. The city is also imperfect and unfinished, and not only capable, but actually failing the people who worked so hard to build it. So those two things aren't mutually exclusive. They're true at the same time. Our cities are worth defending, and our cities are still in great need of repair. In fact, those two truths depend upon each other. America? Or as Bernie Mac said, America? America is only worth defending because it's unfinished, because there is still something being built that we have not yet fully betrayed our promise to. This is the place in the story where I think our Unitarian Universalism, our Unitarian Universalist ideals have something essential to contribute to the story. The idea of the inherent worth and dignity of every person, not because they are American, but just because they are. The idea that our principles don't stop at the border or ask for identification or a passport. There is something inherent in Unitarian Universalism that holds a place in this next part of the story. When we talk about the city on the hill's not sacred because it's American. It is sacred and worth defending because we are serving something larger than ourselves. The dignity of all people and all persons, the justice that is due to them, the compassion that is owed to them and to each other. The city, our country, is a vessel. The good stuff is the wine inside of the vessel. That compassion and dignity that we want to fight for. This idea that you don't have to check an ID to be human and treated humanely. That's the wine inside the vessel that we are charged with creating. And here's a hard truth. The vessel does not hold its shape on its own. A flawed city on the hill doesn't become a better one through nostalgia or mythology or fireworks or the retelling of a story. It becomes better through democracy. And here I know I'm preaching to the choir, but it's also something that we need to say out loud regularly. It becomes better because of the deliberate, demanding, ridiculously hard, and never finished work of people who choose to govern themselves honestly, to hold power accountable, and to extend the promise of freedom to everyone, especially the people that we chose to exclude from freedom in the past. Now that part is something to be celebrated. Not that shiny city that's a myth. That real sort of demanding, hard, scrappy city is something to be celebrated. That's the silly city on the hill that I want to live in every single day. Because that, my friends, is where democracy grows. Not as a reward because we created a good society. No, democracy is flawed, and it has to be corrected often. But without it, the city on the hill is just a fortress. It looks beautiful on the outside. It's brilliant from afar. But there's no accountability for the majority of those who actually have to live in it. So that's when I started rumbling around in my head about fighting for the 5th of July, for the day after the bunting and the celebrations and the damn good barbecue. The 4th, to me, feels like something we inherited. The 5th is our daily duty of labor. The 4th feels a bit mythological now. We are remembering what was declared. The 5th asks us what we intend to do about it right now, this year, when democracy is fragile and it feels pretty unglamorous not to want to celebrate the 4th of July. It is ours. We hold it and we are responsible for it. It's not a service that we subscribe to and then complain when it underperforms or the issue of the magazine doesn't show up. It's a practice that we only can choose to take part in or to watch it atrophy. Here's my bullet list about democracy. Fighting for democracy does not always look like war or protests. Sometimes it does. But more often, it just looks like showing up to a school board meeting to vote, even when you think your vote might not count. To the difficult conversation with a neighbor that sees the world differently and actually has a Trump sign in their yard 24/7. It shows up when you answer the jury summons with curiosity and knowing that it matters you go to court. It answers when you fill out the census form. It looks like we must refuse to let the myth of the perfect city go right now and fight for the city that we deserve to have and live in. This work of building a real city, a better city, is our work to do. It is not glamorous. It is ugly and hot. It makes you sweat. It makes you shake your head and doubt yourself. It makes you, like I did, spend the 4th of July away from DC, hiding in a cabin in the Shenandoah Valley. It also makes you think. It is tempting to believe that democracy is defended somewhere far away from us, in courtrooms, in Congress, by people that we have no power over. But that is not true. It is far closer. It's when we vote in an election that feels unglamorous and we think there'll be a low turnout and our candidate won't win. It's when we tell the truth, even when a comfortable lie would slide out of our mouths easier. It's when we extend patience to that neighbor instead of contempt and shut the car door and just walk inside again. It's when we teach our children that a beautiful blue hijab is also worn by someone who's a citizen. The city on the hill can't be maintained by any single leader, by any party, by any institution. It has to be maintained by all of us, digging in our heels and being willing to fight. There's a light. It takes us to keep the light burning. I think that's the part that I want to leave with you. That's somewhat where I got to after 2 days in Shenandoah Valley, is that I needed to go home. I probably should put up a flag and leave it up past the 4th of July. In the same way I put up a flag for Pride, and it is still up past the end of June. Because that is who we are. And that is what we are willing to fight for, is that kind of democracy, is showing up in that kind of city on the hill. Each one of us carries a small, non-transferable share of the responsibility for whether our cities will stand or fall. It is not a burden that I'm talking about, and I'm not trying to discourage you. If anything, what I want is to instill hope in you. It's tough out there right now, no doubt. It's tough in here sometimes, no doubt. But the city on the hill is not at the mercy of others. The city on the hill belongs to us, and it is worth fighting for. It is in our hands. It is in our hands, and it is our job together to protect it, to build it, to raise our voices around it when we don't agree with what the powerful are doing inside of it. As Winthrop said, what we need to do is be worthy of being watched, because we are being watched. Our children, our grandchildren, our friends, our neighbors, the other members of our families, the people who might be a little too quiet, are waiting on the UUs to show up and shout. I hope that makes sense to you. The people who are a little too quiet believe just as we do in freedom, in democracy, in the right to love who you love. They need a little bit of help right now, though. You get to come to this building. You choose to come to this building to get fed and held and empowered. Take that power out into the world and help somebody else speak up. Please. Be worthy of being watched. Keep tending to the light. We all own the light, especially on the 5th of July when the fireworks are over. Amen.
Please rise in body or spirit and join us in singing hymn number 155 in your gray hymnal, Circle Round for Freedom.
Circle
children of our children. Keep the circle whole.
Please join me in reciting the words of our chalice extinguishing, which are printed in your order of service. All together. We extinguish this chalice, but not the light and warmth it represents. These we carry with us, bringing our sparks of love to the world.
Our benediction this morning was written by the Reverend Hope Johnson. This is called Keep Your Dreams Alive. Listen, light the way, lend a hand, make decisions, make commitments, take a risk, fail forward, build community, nurture meaningful relationships. Please be real. Give thanks. Invest in someone or something that you believe in. Live, love, dream big. Be transformed. Change the world. Keep your dreams alive.
Looks like it might be a hard road, but I'm gonna walk it with you. And I know that you might have a heavy load, but I can carry some too. I will lift you up when they push you down. I will raise my voice and stand my ground. Well, it looks like it might be a hard road, but I'm gonna walk it with you.
And it looks like it might be a long night, but I ain't going nowhere. And I know it's gonna be a hard fight, but I will stay right here. I'll shine your light in the darkest hour. I'll face the man in the tallest tower. Well, it looks like it might be a long night, but I ain't going nowhere.
I will work.
I will fight in the name of love.
I will speak.
I will shout. I'll
Sing it to the stars above.
Well, it looks like it might be a perilous climb, but I will follow your lead. And I know it might be a long time till the last one of us is free. I will hold on tight, stay by your side. I will be with you through this whole damn ride. Well, it looks like it might be a perilous climb, but I will follow your lead. Well, it looks like it might be a hard road, but I'm gonna walk it with you. And I know that it might be a heavy load, but I can carry some too. I will lift you up when they push you down. I will raise my voice and stand my ground. Well, it looks like it might be a hard road, but I'm gonna walk it with you. That's right. I'm gonna walk it with you. I'm gonna walk it with you.
I will walk.
I will climb
Like
the whole night through. Well, it looks like it might be